my settings with Twitch. What the fuck, man? How did something fail with my settings on? Oh, yeah, I'm back. Woo! All right. I think we're back. I got some weirdness going on right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I was like blabbing for like 5 minutes. I'm like, this shit's off. Fucking stream's down. This is talking to fucking nobody. Like fucking blonde. I shouldn't say that. Fuck. Ah, yes. All right. I don't know why I lost you here. Discord's having issues too. I had problems reconnecting to Twitch. Maybe it's like a AWS thing, maybe. If I lose you guys again, hope that's real time right there. Maybe it's an AWS thing. Yeah, maybe they're tapping my line. Said too many army shit. All right, so I lost you guys. I apologize. We're back, baby. Yeah, I was like blabbing about the military. I don't normally talk about the army anymore. Someone said that I talk about the army a lot. I don't talk about the army ever. I'm a fucking hippie. I got told on fucking Twitter the other day that I'm a bleeding hard liberal, and so that someone was like, I'm not following you anymore because you're a bleeding hard liberal. No, they call me a crazy liberal or something. I was like, man, I catch this shit everywhere. Like, I can't win. Like, I am a bleeding hard liberal, but I think do a thing. There we go, trying to step this up. Okay, so really quick. Volatility Wiz is inside the Discord. He was dropping. What am I looking for here? I thought I just had his trade up here. Hold on here. Expiration calendar. I don't know. I lost a bunch of stuff here. Hold on here. Let's turn this on in the background for now. I got to turn some shit back on here. Hold on. All right, hold on here. Let's see what we got here. Can I pull this off here and bring this over? I swear I had. Tight here, guys. Who's that? Hold on here. What is that? Okay. Wait a minute. Ah, had that running in the background. Okay. Maybe when it turns off, it brings back. Okay, that's that one. That's that one. Okay, that's that one. Okay, we're cool. Did I see the Israeli and Iran tension buildup seems imminent? Was that today? I discussed Israel and Iran in the Discord last night. If you want, I did a post on it last night. You should know my thesis on Israel and Iran. I did a live stream. I've been through the Israel Israel Iran thing many times. If you want my take on it, it's in the Discord last night. Do I think something seems imminent? I don't care if there is anything imminent. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't give a fuck. I think it's like the Fed funds rate. There's like the real Fed funds rate impact on the markets, and then there's the gambling Fed funds rate, right? Which is Fed funds future rates, dot plot. To me, it's all bullshit. The effective rate is what matters, and any change, actual change to the effective funds rate or the Fed funds rate is what matters. Real rates. Yeah, I like AMD. I like them a lot. Sorry about that, guys. It was, dude, I'm sitting here just like blabbing. I was like, oh my shit, I probably was talking for like 5 minutes and the shit was down. Like just like a fucking teenage girl, like blah 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 blah. Oh really? Oh blah blah blah. Oh, and then I did this, and then I did that. Oh my god, did you see that? This. It looks like we're having Discord server issue too. We're having Twitch server issues and Discord. I'm assuming it's an AWS thing. I had problems reconnecting on Twitch just now. A couple things here. If you're a member of our community, you guys know that we do things a little bit different around here. I'm not your fucking furu. I'm serious. Dead up. And I am not. We have like decentralized leadership. So we're like the United States. Sometimes you have like strong central or weak central, and then dispersed leadership, right? States' rights, federal rights. In our case, the way our community operates is that we allow mentors, leaders, moderators, trusted members, and people that have experience, proven experience, lead our community. And also within that, we've had friendships with a lot of other people out there, right? Vol Wiz is one of them. He does his own thing. He's got a great kick-ass newsletter. He puts a lot of time into it. I mean, a lot. Like, this guy does his work, his research. He has the time available to do it. He's a licensed guy. He's a guy from the street. He's also a guy that comes from pedigree for where he went to school. And we've gotten off on it for many years now. We've become very close friends. He's in a group of traders on FinTwit that are some of the best traders that you'll find for the S&P 500. He's got a group of guys he runs around with out there. Poly SPX and Spaz Trader, Jedi Marcus. There's this like old school group of S&P 500 traders. And he's also a friend of mine, right? And I read his newsletter. I have no financial ties with this guy. But I read his newsletter, so I will always recommend that you should too. If you have the chance to read his newsletter, it's very valuable. He's one of the best vol guys out there. There's a few other great ones, right? Like, there's some great vol guys out there, and gals too, like Nopitz Lily, Vol Signals, a bunch of good guys out there do vol. But there's also a lot of volatility that's sold. I'm not going to name names. I don't think I've ever named names of those people. But there's a lot of like vol that's like volatility as an asset class sold for fear, and it's bullshit. And that's kind of how I met Scott. Was I'll tell you my story of how I met Scott. So I was coming into the end of a year, and someone had posted a chart of a vol outlook for the next year. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And they gave like a year outlook for volatility. And I was like, I was like, that's fucking, I was like, the vol surface changes like dynamically all the fucking time. Like, there's no way to map out vol a year out. And I was like, what are these fucking guys doing? And so like they're like started selling subscriptions and shit for like volatility. It like became like a wave of, and I was like, man, that shit reminds me of Volmageddon. It was like the whole Volmageddon thing was like wrapped up in there, like just sell volatility, right? Like this whole thing, right? So I'm like, man, these guys are doing the other side now. Probably the same cast of characters. And like 3 weeks later or something, I saw a post from Volatility Wiz. So the guy who had posted this like vol outlook, like Volatility Wiz like reposted the outlook and was like, fuck that guy. Or he didn't say that. He goes, what can you glean? He asked a question or something like, what can you glean from this outlook for next year? And I was like, it's bullshit. I was like, that's the whole fucking thing is bullshit. I was like, it's not even possible. And so he was like, correct. I was like, he was like, they're selling you bullshit. I was like, dude, so then I was like, so I got to know Scott and Volatility Wiz on FinTwit at VolWiz. So I like started talking to him and I was like, dude, why are they doing this shit? He's like, I don't know. He's like, they're trying to like sell it, like they're trying to package this shit and sell it. So I started reading his newsletter and he did a kick-ass job. And he still does to this day. Like if you're looking for like volatility, he's one of the guys that are honest. And I think, let me see how many followers he has. So you want to talk about like natural, like a natty guy? Let's see how many followers he has. At VolWiz. This guy's got 29.4 thousand followers. He's been on fucking Twitter since 2012. Check this guy out. His handle is at VOLATILITYWIZ. Okay? This guy's got 29.4 thousand followers. Why? It's criminal. Not only is it criminal, I'm going to bet that he's never paid for bullshit. And I think that's another reason we've always gotten along. Is that he doesn't push his stuff. He's never like, he's got a little link to his Substack over here. I bet you that was new. I'm gonna almost bet that he's never had that on there. On his he'll like make a post and never say, join me in my Substack or any of that kind of shit. Sign up for more, hijack you in the comments and stuff like that. So I've always appreciated VolWiz, just being a real guy. And so he was in our Discord here just a moment ago. Is it back up again? Did I lose the stream again?
US chip export controls, according to the CEO on CNN. A little bit of weakness in the S&P 500 off the back of that.
I'm betting here that we're up here for that that Iran bullshit doom overnight. Looks like we're trying to roll here, guys. So VolWiz came into the Discord, and he just posted some trade ideas. He posted a diagonal spread, and it's for QQQQs. And he highlights this spread here. $1 wide, 2-day wide diagonals today. So cheap for Monday, Wednesday of next week. He highlights these diagonals. Let me see if I can get him on the show really quick, and I'll try to describe these things to you. But this looks like that he's trying to capture the volatility of. It looks like he's trying to capture the volatility on the long and short side of OPEX and the Fed meeting. So diagonal spreads, they're like a vertical and a calendar spread. You buy one option with a longer expiration date and a different strike, and simultaneously sell another option. Yeah, the closer expiration and then a different strike of the same underlying asset. In this case, QQQs. And he posted this inside the Discord here earlier. It looks like he's trying to. He's got 11/13s. 23rd, June 25th. Wait a minute. June 23rd and June 25th. Weeklies. So cheap for Monday and Wednesday of next week. And you know what? I'm looking at them right now, and I'm betting that you don't even have to stay in the trade through OPEX and the Fed meeting with this trade here. Let me see if I can get him on the show really quick here. Hold on.
So the Nvidia CEO,
maybe I can hit him up here.
The US will lift export controls after trade talks with China in London this week. The CEO told CNN that I'm not counting on it, but it does happen, and then it will be a great bonus. I've told.
Where is he in here?
That going forward, our forecasts will not include the China market.
Maybe I can put him on audio.
So we have posted out the full piece from CNN on the feed for those interested.
Let's see if he has time today to do this with us. AMD. I like AMD. I think it's one of the. I think it's going to move.
Seeing some further weakness through in the S&P 500 here.
If you're looking for the AMD trade to execute it,
2%, just pairing gains now.
If you're looking for the AMD trade, right? When to execute it, you're looking for what? Think about the AMD trade for a minute here. Are you still here, Matt? Matt, are you still on Twitch watching right now?
According to Kyoto, G7 Leaders Summit in Canada to open on June 16th.
Maybe I'll ping VolWiz on the market chat and ask him there. Matt, if you're still watching the show right now. Shit. Well, that's wrong, too.
Hello, everybody. This is Donald J. Trump. Yeah, it's really me. And I'm going to do a little advert.
He might not know about Dia, or he might not. Okay, you're here, Matt. Okay. So I like So my thesis here, okay, advanced money destroyer. My thesis here on AMD is, ready? Here's top line. My thesis is on AMD that I think that it outperforms for this second leg or potential leg of an extended bull run into, let's say, the middle of at middle of July. Okay. Now with that, saying that, right, I need AMD to meet certain conditions. So the first thing I would be looking for would be an inflection point in the market. We're coming into the end of a quarter. If a stock has outperformed, it might slam down into major lows into the end of quarterly OPEX and then squeeze up and up and to the right if it's going to change direction. We're on a high right now in the market. I probably wouldn't pick right now to enter AMD. And I also don't know what the outcomes are into OPEX, quarterly OPEX. So let's look at something together here. Put this up on a big screen here. So we're right here. Right now, in my view, this is the best opportunity for hedging flows or top of your trades. Okay, right here. So if you had a trade that was bull or bearish, this is the place to put the trade on right now. This window right here. Okay? On highs. Okay? So you do any kind of negativity trades into fall, it's on highs right here. We are right here, right? These are key inflection points. Here, 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 and the big one right here. So if I'm trying to put a top side to my trade on here, right? I'm watching for lows to hold. And if I'm going to take a bull trade, I'm probably looking past all of the closing of trades from now into end of quarter and the roll into the next quarter if we can hold trend. Because that would tell me that at least the beginning part of the next quarter, that if we're holding, it's saying, yeah, we could go up a little bit more here. Right? So I'd probably be looking to execute a trade on AMD a little bit farther out in time. Now, you could get more risky and be like, hey, Cap, I'm buying it on like the low today or the low on Friday. And yeah, that trade works. See it? That's a gorgeous trade, right? But I wouldn't want it to fail between here and there on these key inflection points. I kind of want the best part of the trade, which is more than likely going to be on a low, fairly close to that original inflection point. So here's that one, right? This is this Friday, right? Not too much higher from here to here. You have a lot of risk on in this window of weakness or window of strength, and a lot of danger. If we unwind and we start blasting down early, right, or do a quick liquidity grab, back test and fail, you could get annihilated in that AMD trade, right? So for me, for risk management, to execute that trade is probably over here. You might lose a few points, but this part of the trade is probably the highest percentage part of the win. that part of the trade. So if that's the case, let's take a look at AMD. And not only that, what's up, Goliath? How you doing, brother? Okay, so let's look at AMD really quick. What is this? What is the leap? All I see is advanced money destroyer. We got this cranking up here, right? You want this part of the trade right here. That's what you're looking for, right? How about if I were to say to you, when's OpEx? When's July expiration calendar? July 18th. Is that right? July 16th. I would say to you, dude, look at how fucking beautiful I am with that shit. God damn, I'm good. Got the trade higher, got the trade lower. Looking for a dip to buy down here. But there's like a fly in the ointment on this. You can enter it now. But the best part of this trade is probably down here. Or like risk. If we squeeze up, you'll make money, I guess. If you miss the trade, it's better over there. I would say I would say this. If you're looking for a print here, date them out to the 30th of July. And I like the idea of if it doesn't print, that you pick it up over here once we exit volatility in the 3rd. So this is what I would say to you. I would say maybe wait until July 3rd to put the trade on, just so that we don't get rolled down here. Or I would say if you're looking to pick the trade up right now, be willing to take a bath to pay later over here. But you'd have to stay long and not whine. And oh my God, it's never coming back, going down the depths of hell. I think the best trade here is waiting. For just this end of July 3rd. And if you get any kind of violence, you're either going to catch the print here or you're going to catch the print there. I see the idea of catching it here to catch the rip here and here too. I mean, you can look at this two ways. You can look at it like I have two opportunities to catch a print, or you could just wait and wherever price is on the 3rd of July. But then you've got this other like 26th, 28th area in here. There's a couple ways to look at this. I think it's your own. I think it's whatever poison you want. The only thing I don't like about this is the. I would prefer that the market was on a low. I think you're going to get that opportunity. We have. So we're like right here. OpEx down here. You know, we get Fed doom. There's another opportunity right there. Fed doom. We got Vixpiration. No, sorry. We get Vixpiration possible. Fed doom right here. Fed doom today, or you got today, tomorrow, Vixpiration, and then key inflection point on the 3rd. I'd say, you know, I'd say it's your risk tolerance would matter. Whatever your risk tolerance is. The only other thing I would say to you on this would be, the only other thing I would say to you is that you've got this cross coming right here. Just a little bit more patience might buy you like a quick rip down. Or if you get like the cross. The reason why I think you're going to squeeze is because of this cross. Hold on here. Sorry, I don't know what that poop color is, but the reason why I'm thinking you're going to catch this squeeze is because you'll get this cross and it'll whipsaw and then come back down for the cross. Hold on here. So yeah, it might leave it. The train might leave without you, bro. But you still have like, here's the 18th. Maybe we whipsaw up, come back down violently for expiration. I see trying to capture it early. I get it. I think this is risk management for you. Pick your poison. But I will agree with you. It's coming down where we want it, isn't it? It's coming down. The alert. You triggered the alert. They're now trying to take stops in here. I'm so fucking cheap. I really am so fucking like I want to buy that cross. Sometimes you can't though. Like if this daily trigger rips up, usually we get a squeeze, then it comes back down and slams and back tests it, and then it shows the continued strength later in time. It's a tough one, man. We're close, bro. Yeah, it is, dude. And your patience is paying off too, isn't it? It's a good trade. You know it's a good. We both know it's a good trade, right? It's looking good. Is the stream off? What the fuck is going on? Dude. Hey, just if you're watching this stream right now, I just want you to know that it looks like people across the country have outages. Well, it might be on where you live. I think that there's probably some AWS server issues in the US right now. It could be Iran. No, yeah, it might be on for you. No, I get it. I get that. I get that the stream might be on for you where you are. I'm saying that for other people, it's not. And it's not that YouTube is down, it's that servers are down. This could be Iran, believe it or not. If you're able to watch the stream, this could be a tactic from Iran right now. I'm not lying. There could be DDoS attacks across the US right now. So like YouTube is actually up, but you can't see YouTube. I have people commenting that it's down. And it's not. I'm sure it's not. They're cutting wires now? Probably not. It's probably AWS server shit. But just I want you to realize that if I lose the stream or anything like that, it could be due to tensions with Iran. Oh yeah, they've done this before. %. I wouldn't doubt it for a minute. Yeah, there are people saying that it's down where they are. Thanks, James. Oh, yeah. All right. So I got it right here. Dark web informers saying the cyber intelligence, there appears to be massive outages going on. Twitch, Discord, Google Cloud, Google Meet, Google Nest, Character AI, Etsy, Khan Academy, Google Drive, Google Maps, Pokemon, TCG, Dialpad, MailChimp, High Level, Amazon Web Services. Got it. OpenAI, Cloudflare, and Anthrop. It's big. Everything's going down right now. And this is coming from all major hubs are going down. Yeah, we're having issues here on our end. I'm losing stream from Twitch side, and then I'm losing stream from internet side. And I've got people commenting that they think, hold on, thanks for posting that. I just reposted it for you on Twitter. Solar flares. You guys are like, he's just making shit up. I'm like, no. I'm not making shit up. I want to give you just a heads up here. We should have rolled already. And, people are claiming it's because of gamma stepping. It's possible we squeeze up into the close. This could also be dealers looking to get us as high as we can with uncertainty with Iran and Israel, or Israel striking Iran. From my viewpoint, I don't think that it impacts our markets other than after hours, pre-market, or not pre-market, after hours and Globex. We can go down violently. It should recover by regular cash market hours if we go down. Even if there is war or we bomb Iran, I don't see like the markets like crashing to zero because of a conflict between Iran and Israel, nor even the U.S. So I want you to realize that if I lose you today on the stream or anything like that. What else on the Iran-Israel thing? The deadline, I believe, is Saturday. No, deadline I think is Friday. With the U.S., I think Israel does stupid shit. I don't think the U.S. would, or that would be a huge doctrine change for the U.S. Let me check something out here really quick because I did a post last night. So let me check something really quick here. They could try to get us up into this close. If we're going to go down overnight. Hold on, let me just check something really quick here. I usually check out a couple Iranian subreddits. There's a couple like free Iranian subreddits where they're pretty honest about being told to go to a bunker. Some of the Israeli subreddits will do the same thing. You can usually check. We'll just check and see what normally happens, or not normally, but the last two Iran-Israel bombing things, missile strikes and stuff. Two things happened on the Israeli subs and the Iranian subs, the ones with high followers. The sub members came out and said, "Hey, we're being told to go to a bunkers." And then all of a sudden, you saw all the postings stop on those subreddits en masse. And in both instances, they did exchange missiles. It's been one of the best, like outside of the bullshit talking and all that stuff, been one of the best ways for me to find out if something is going to pop off. You can also check single sideband military channels. And if you, sometimes you can, some of that traffic you can decode. Most of it you can't, but if you see an increase in chatter on world military bands, that can also, I don't know if I should be talking about that stuff, but you can sometimes, if you see a spike in traffic, you can also get like an SSDI, or if you like a receiver that your computer has. One of the best ways to search that traffic, or these days really cheap, SSDR or something they're called, receivers. I have one. It's good for like world coverage without an HF receiver. But anyway, at any rate, you can check out. I'll look right now and see if there's anything right now. I'll look. Looks like they're all in Discord right now. Looks like they're all moving into Discords. Yeah, CENTCOM commander to arrive in Israel on Saturday to discuss Iran. Hold on here. U.S. State Department cancels press briefing. U.S. State Department cancels press briefing set for this afternoon. Looks like those subs are reverting right now to their discords. There's still posts and responses coming up, though, so it's not like they've gone dark or anything. Yeah, some of the Iranian subs are starting to go dark right now. Hold on here. Some of this shit I'm reading is fucking pure cancer. Oh, here we go. Iran preparedness alert from Ramat Gan mayor, applicable to all cities. In case anyone is not aware or prepared for what may be coming our way, here is a message from the mayor of Ramat Gan in English ahead of time so you have time to organize yourself. This is new. Update from the mayor of Ramat Gan. Preparedness for potential Iranian strike. The likelihood of a direct response from Iran is higher than ever. There is no certainty, but I bear responsibility just as I'm preparing. This is a translation, by the way. Just as I am preparing my own family, it's important that you be prepared too. What you need to know and prepare. One, an attack of a different magnitude. Thousands of missiles and UAVs may be launched over long hours or even days. An early warning is expected approximately 2 hours in advance via mobile alerts and media. 3, missiles may fall without a siren after the first wave. 4, red alert and full lockdown. Everything shuts down, no school, no work, except essential services. 5, stay for hours or days in protected areas, not just for 10 minutes, but until an official all-clear notice is given. 6, light rail stations will become public shelters. 7, the municipality will publish a list of pre-approved underground parking garages where people can go and stay. 8, make sure your safe room, MAD, has water, food, flashlight, medications, chargers, baby supplies, and anything else you might need. 9, don't have a safe room. Prepare a personal emergency bag in advance. 10, not every missile will be intercepted. Even Ramat Gan could be hit, despite not being a primary target. 11, as a municipality, we are fully prepared, but your awareness, responsibility, and discipline are essential. The city is prepared at the highest level, including an underground command center, volunteer teams, emergency supplies, and trained professionals. There is no place for panic, only calm, measured readiness. For full details, it's on the city's website. Yours, Karmal Shama Hassoen, mayor of Ramat Gan. Yeah, I would expect a squeeze if this is possible. And maybe we do a squeeze on this news to buffer anything. And they didn't sound aggressive in that, like Iran would actually escalate. They said wait for, just like some of the key takeaways was if you could be ordered. There's a couple key takeaways here. They are preparing to take shelter. They have not taken shelter yet, though, from what I can read here, as far as I know. And then they said that they'll be given a 2-hour notice in advance. I would suspect that would hit the wire on Twitter before. I'm not seeing Israel with any notices being posted. Sorry, I just want to read through some of this stuff here. Looks like they're cutting off some communications in Gaza right now. Looks like they're shutting down the internet in Gaza. Maybe that would be in case there's a response to Israel through Gaza. Looks like they're shutting down the internet right now in Gaza. So that's why we could be seeing some outages in the U.S. right now, too. Some people are saying that they're experiencing outages right now on Robinhood. Yeah, a few things here, okay? So here's a few key takeaways, okay? I'm going to warn you guys of a few things here, okay? If there's going to be any kind of a police or a military action with Israel and Iran, if you're watching this broadcast, when you hear the old trader adage to buy the dip, I'm serious. You long it. There's a reason for that. Dealers will attempt to buffer outcomes through panic if it's brief or whatever. So this is known news, right? So you have to know the difference between unknown and known news, right? The market is usually somewhat predetermined. And dealers will try to hedge outcomes in known news. So if we're expecting volatility per se from this Gaza or not Gaza, excuse me, Iran, Israel, where you may be expecting the market to head lower today, and I am too, you could see a big squeeze in here. Now that's to hedge the outcome of a downside move or an attack in the overnight, maybe tonight or tomorrow. And what would happen would be instead of going down here, you would see the move up into the bell. If you see overnight doom when markets are illiquid, right? Globex are illiquid, right? So it would give the room for the market to go down. If we pass tomorrow with nothing happening, we would then sell the day possibly, right? Pump it back up again for the overnight over the weekend, and then back down again. So we may not follow a normal trading path due to Israel and Gaza, or Israel and Iran. Sorry, I was reading some shit on Gaza. I was trying to find out if they were blocking Gaza earlier, so it's still there on the top of my mind. Also, we still haven't hit this target up here. This 603.98, haven't hit that yet. And that is my price target for today. Was this, or I had two price targets for today. This one right here, 601.94, and potentially this PT right here, 604. If you're trying to hedge this outcome or some kind of like panic, I do not recommend trading puts. I would recommend, if you're trying to capture that trade, I do recommend doing it in the overnight with futures. You can eat. We can if it passes, we can come back and your puts will be worthless in the morning, and you're just like giving money back again and again and again and again. Puts are expensive right now. I would trade that at nighttime. We did a live stream in the last exchange of missiles, and the trade was good for like 3 hours. We like traded. I think we traded it from like 9 p.m. till 11:30 midnight or something like that. It might have even been like 1, 2 in the morning when the Euro rich people came in. And I would do it with futures. And just remember, if they announce a deal, we're gonna moon. So futures would be the way to trade this. You guys remember that stuff? Some of you guys remember that? Yeah, the stream might be fine for you on X where you are, but it might not be okay for other people. Like you could be viewing my stream on Twitch, or excuse me, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, anywhere, and it may be up for you there, but not for somebody else. You know what I mean? So, like you confirming that X is up for you, it may not be up for other people. I'm having issues too in the background here. Again, even on my feed over here, I've got on my feed it's saying that I'm like losing signal and stuff, weak signal. The only thing that I would say to you about this would be this: if you're thinking that you're gonna get like a limit down in the U.S. markets, the answer to that is no. You're not going to see that. The only way you would possibly see some kind of a bloodbath would be if there was a nuclear incident or a major loss of life or some kind of a terrorist attack on the U.S. Outside of that, you shouldn't see any of that fallout. And I wouldn't trade it either. And as a matter of fact, if you are trying to capture that trade because you're paranoid, you would want to trade the opposite side, the reaction to it. So if the market, you can chase if it's bigger, but like if the market started dropping on something big, you could chase that trade down. If it's not big, you take the other side of the trade. So if we squeeze up, you sell it. If it goes way down to the depths of hell and you miss it, or you can only trade cash market, you would be looking to buy the bottom on that trade. What you shouldn't be doing is like, I'm going to buy a bunch of puts and hope they print. They'll eat you alive. If you own the market at the close today, if you still own the market here coming into quarterly expiration, buy some cheap puts, 5 cents, 1 cent, with an expiry on Monday or something. And you could possibly make some money that way. But that wouldn't be to get rich. It would be to protect your underlying. If the market goes up $3-4, it'll pay for those cheap puts. If there's a couple other things, I will let you know a couple things, okay? I'm going to say a couple things that I wouldn't normally say to you. And I don't want to create paranoia or anything because I'm not paranoid at all about this outcome with Israel, U.S., Iran tension. But I will tell you a couple things, okay? If it did grow or anything like that, I will do a live stream in the overnight. I'm not going to do a live stream on open intel, Twitter banter, or like this might happen, that might happen. They're serious. Not going to do a stream on that stuff. I'm not going to do a stream if there's a strike. I would do a stream if there was a nuclear event of some kind. I would come on stream. If in any way, shape, or form that if in any way, shape, or form there's a nuclear strike and the internet was shut down, like we can see there's outages across the U.S. right now. If the internet was turned off in the United States for any reason in that type of an event, I would tell you that if you have access to a world band receiver like a radio that you can tune into single sideband, or if you have an SDR receiver of some kind, or if you have an actual shack of some kind, I will go on live. I have a Radio Shack, and I will go live online at 9:30 and 4 p.m. And check in from a Detroit repeater. So you will hear my voice, and I will check in, keep you updated that way. If you want to just check in with me, you could turn on a small radio. As a matter of fact, if you want that information, if some of you guys have this stuff already, just find the Detroit bands, and I would come on live at 9:30 and 4 p.m. You shouldn't take anything from that like, oh my God, things are going to get crazy or anything. But I do have a shack here at my home. I've got multiple radios and ways to broadcast outside of that stuff. Cool? All right. Some of you guys are paranoid. Do I think that they would use this conflict as an excuse to sell this whole recovery from lows, or just a short sell and move on? No, I don't think that they would. Like, see, so we're very wound up. The market is wound up. And so let me explain this one more time to you guys. So we're coming into the end of a quarter. The market is wound up. So in almost all scenarios, the market is going to continue on into quarterly expiration, and then you'll see positions rolled based upon what happens in past time, like right now. Okay? If that's the case, and we have geopolitical, I don't know, we have like fear and uncertainty in Iran and Israel. What dealers will do here is they will hedge that uncertainty. You understand? So if we go into an illiquid market in the overnight, there's a fair chance we'll run the market up into that overnight. And then if we sell down, but because of, just a strike or something like that, there's room for us to stay within range of where we need to be into quarterly expiration. Does that make sense? Now, there would be a second trade, right? So we hedge all that stuff. We go down. Everybody breathes afterwards. And you shouldn't take the trade for, like, nuclear Armageddon or anything. Even if there was a nuclear device that was detonated, it is highly likely that it does not escalate. Highly, highly, highly likely that it does not immediately escalate. You guys got to be careful what you consume out there. That woman that wrote that book about, like, we're 2 seconds away from the whole world blowing up, that's bullshit. It's complete bullshit. I used to sit in rooms, and they would review war plans, like literally, like these glycerin things. I forget what they're called. They smell. They use these paint. All these like wax pencils and shit. I used to sit in war planning, and that shit's fake, man. That lady was doing that. I don't know what her motivations were. Sell books, warfare, fear, like FEAR, kind of stuff. Don't believe that shit. It's not real. The probability of that is very, very small. Or like escalation, especially from a country like Iran or Israel, North Korea. No, it's not a reality. There's no plans for that kind of stuff. I used to sit in war planning rooms with North Korea, like, they got nukes, and the U.S. plans was never like, if North Korea fires a nuke, that we're gonna fucking start World War III. That was never in any of the plans that I ever saw. So gotta be careful with, like, guys get paranoid, man. Well, no. All right. So someone said if you need CB radios to connect, if I were the United States government and a nuclear bomb was set off, I would more than likely try to limit communications within. That could set up a chain of events with. That could set up a chain of events of. You've got to figure like a country like. All right, let's go back and be realistic here. You have countries that are poor. Even Russia, like Russia's poor. China is not poor, but it's easy to conduct warfare cheaply through communication. Like if you're gonna conduct warfare, if you can't conduct warfare on equal footing, and even the U.S. does this stuff too, to some extent, right? Cyber warfare is cheap, so if there was like if a nuke went off, right, it would be responsible of the U.S. The U.S. would likely want to limit communications around the world from our country. So you might have like intranet for the U.S. or intranet with the U.S. and Europe for a brief moment in time. So like if you have to use a CB, it might just be because you can't, they're not. There could be controls put on what is allowed to be said. There'd be rules rolled out what you could produce or stream or even upload for a brief moment in time under those conditions. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we're using CVs because the world's at World War III or anything like that. And I don't think that's a plausible outcome. It's like a 0.05% chance of something like that happening, maybe even less. It's very small. But I'm just trying to assuage your fears. I see some commentary on YouTube and Twitch that don't feed into that stuff. There's like no need to. Yeah, there's disinformation. There's intelligence, and there's OPSEC for people blabbing and talking, and like they say like public intelligence has gone really far in the past decades, right? Twitter was probably the start of that, right? You can get news, like you get news instantaneously on Twitter before you ever see it in any other news place, right? It's what makes Twitter special. So you'd probably want to shut that down. If it was me, I would want to shut down the spread of even real information. You'd want to control the information space as much as you can, and then also limits information to other countries, nefarious actors. I would in a minute. Just watch out for a squeeze into this close here, okay? Keep it simple. If you want to hedge the close, if you own the market, like literal penny puts Monday, the first one at 1 penny, buy those. If the market goes up, continues to go up, it'll pay for the puts that you bought. Puts are a very cheap way to hedge these kind of events. If you're trying to capture some kind of weakness in the market over the weekend or over tonight or the weekend and some kind of craziness, fucking futures, man. Open up an account. I'm sure you can open up a futures account quickly and easily. Like if it's the end of the world, you know that they're not going to pay you, right? Like they're not going to pay you. You'll literally bankrupt the fund. Like you guys are always like, fucking, what do you call it? It's called like, there's a word for it. It's like, I don't know what the fuck the name of it's called, but it's like fetishizing. Like this like fetish fantasy. Like last night I was on Twitter and I'm like, I didn't post this, but I was gonna be like, like I want bombing to happen for my 100 pack of puts to print. Forget about all the lives that'll be lost. Like, don't do that shit. Like, China US deal. I read some more on it today. Constantly evolving. Like I was looking at a timeline yesterday of the Ukraine Russia deal, like on again, off again, on again, off again. I read one guy talked about where the deal was with Ukraine. Like it was such a clusterfuck. Like, hold on, let me see. I saw one guy was explaining it. I maybe I copy pasted it, but a guy was explaining the just the Ukraine Russia deal, and it was like fucking a rabbit hole of bullshit, basically. Matt, I don't normally do this. Why don't you just sign up? If you don't like it, you just like ask for your money back. It's not for 1 month or something. Hold on here, guys. Can't believe there's so much doom out there right now. A second major cloud providers facing outages. Hold on here. There's the green box. Give me like 2 minutes here, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. You can dance, having the time of your life. Leave that right here for you. SPX trading 6040.39. Let me catch up with you guys on news really quick. Into the end of the day today. It's now 3:26. We have a half an hour left. We did release a Q3 preview that should develop and have should have a finalized version once we're past the quarterly OPEX and quarter end. We'll have addendums to add to that for a bear trade if it materializes. We'll also add some trades for OPEX, DivX capture, QuapX, and also month end and start of July. So make sure you read that. And whenever I update it, I'll repost somewhere that we're updating it. I did post inside the Discord some white papers on the base case for the spot up vol up trade and the base case for the bear sell into shitco strength downside possible move in the Discord. But I will start posting those white papers on the website so that you can see them. What else do we have here? We have a lot of bullshit surrounding Iran and Israel and U.S. It does say right here that oil prices are lower after Trump suggests that Israel attack on Iran is not imminent. Oil prices had jumped higher earlier. What else do we have here? News. Goldman's Pravorsky, trade deal.
Homeland Security Secretary Noam currently speaking on Fox News.
Goldman's Pravorsky saying trade deal underwhelms despite initial optimism. It now looks like a short-term patch to keep rare earths flowing. Not a meaningful breakthrough. Trump says China tariff remains at 55%. President Donald Trump said he intended to send letters to trading partners in the next 1 to 2 weeks, settling unilateral tariff rates, though Bessent suggested the deadline could slip. Feels like another escalate to de-escalate cycle. Chances of Israel attacking Iran before July is at 52%, according to Polymarket. Note that a 60-day deadline from Trump to agree on a nuclear deal ends today, but talks are still scheduled for Sunday. Iran's President Pezeshkian says that they will rebuild nuclear facilities if they're destroyed by bombs. Probably already know that. Bessent said today, I believe we will see more trade deals coming very quickly. JPM, the combination of a disappearing U.S.-China deal so far, higher oil prices, new geopolitical risk unlocked, and the inability of megacap tech to hold gains, profit-taking as we approach all-time highs, seems to be the combination that reversed stocks lower. Trump restated that he will set tariff levels over the next 2 weeks, ahead of tariff deadline as Bessent floats extensions for countries negotiating in good faith. A lot of the deals right now, there are no deals, right? We know that. We've got, oftentimes Trump will be asked about a trade deal, and he said, or like the U.S.-Russia deal, he's like, 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks, another 2 weeks. Then you've got people saying that they haven't even spoken to Trump at all about some of these deals. Looks like we're recycling deals yet again right now. So I'll read this to you one more time. The combination of a disappointing U.S.-China deal so far, higher oil prices, new geopolitical risks unlocked, and the inability of megacap tech to hold gains profit taking as we approach all-time highs seems to be the combination that reversed stocks lower. Trump restated that he will set tariff levels over the next 2 weeks ahead of tariff deadline as Besson floats extensions for countries negotiating in good faith. Now, note that this is the norm. Even in February, we went into OPEX. This price action looks very similar to January, February, but we're still not out of the QUAPEX cycle. We normally rotate out of our positions in QUAPEX, and then we reset expectations for the following quarter and first month of that quarter. So there's still not enough information at this point. President Trump says he doesn't think it would be that bad if he fired Chairman Jerome Powell, but he is not going to fire him. He cannot do that, so that's just fluff. What else? Sam Altman coming out. OpenAI. We are using AMD's MI300X and MI450 AI chips. That's for you, Matt. Cloudflare, after broad outages, says that we are starting to see services recover. We still expect to see intermittent errors across the impacted services as systems handled, retried, and catches are filled. I'm going to read something here to you. U.S. thematic basket movers. Trump tariff losers underperform. The S&P 500 is higher as a softer PPI provided further evidence of cooling inflation. However, renewed geopolitical and tariff uncertainty again weigh on sentiment. There is a risk-off tilt under the hood with gold miners back to strength. And defensives outperform. Airlines underperform amid mounting tensions in the Mideast. Momentum is green as AI winners rally on Oracle results. Thanks. I'm just look through some of this stuff here. If you're looking for expectations into the bell here, we are looking for a move higher and then a trade lower. We are looking at an extension right now into the close. We've corrected sideways rather than down. We are looking for a return up here to PT2, possibly even higher into this close here. We have PT4 up here, tight here. If you're looking for an idea into tomorrow, we've been grinding sideways instead of taking this trade lower here. We're killing a sharp correction with a flat correction. Just note here that this 600, be looking for this into tomorrow, at least this right here. One note on this trade here into tomorrow, we are looking for a roll into tomorrow morning before a rise from Michigan consumer sentiment. Have a target of 600 right down here. into tomorrow. Be aware of that. In the overnight, you could wake up with the market down. Note that there is a great trade on.
The US is eyeing a plan to use Defense Production Act for rare earths. The timeline for Trump's rare earth initiative is unclear, according to people familiar.
There is an inflection point possible tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on good Michigan consumer sentiment. If you're looking for a long trade into next week, if we can catch a low tomorrow, you would place the trade between 9 and 10 a.m. tomorrow for a print on the close of expiration or the eve of expiration or the opening morning of expiration. So that is Wednesday, the 18th. So if you are looking for a long into expiration, you would place the trade on Friday the 13th on the daily low and look for a print on the 17th or 18th.
Hello, everybody. This is Donald J. Trump. Yeah, it's really me. And I'm going to do a little advert for Financial Juice. You're behind the markets. If you're a real day trader, go real time at financialjuice.com/purchase and save 67% on a subscription. Can you believe it? Instead of a 67% tariff, you get a discount. It's huge. Very, very big. Very big. It was as big as my hands. Huge. Well, not as big as my hands. My hands are bigger. What are you waiting for? Come on, do it.
Dude, come on. So I just posted my current positioning and my plan for tomorrow. 20 minutes left into the bell. I don't see any other news here. Turn on. Who's this guy? Elm Wealth. We can dance. We can dance. Having the time of our life. You can do there's a what's the put spread are they verticals? You can do like a put spread that here, hold on a second here, guys. Why would you do puts, or you could do like cheap like penny puts. If you didn't want to like if you own the market, you could do cheap penny puts. If you didn't want to do that, why not just get like a limited upside put spread that captures volatility into the Fed meeting? You can do that too. There's like better trades. Like calendar put spreads are nice. I like calendars. You could even do diagonal put spreads too. Like if you do a diagonal, you could do like data diagonal for Vixpiration. And then, did I have that right or wrong? I might have that wrong. Yeah, we're losing trend right now. That's trend right here. Everyone's loading up on puts. Look at it. Hedge, 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 hedge. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Hedge, 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 hedge. So that's like some South Park shit. Must own puts. World War III starts tonight. I'm not gonna miss out. Here, you guys. Rabble, rabble, exactly. Rabble, 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 rabble. Peas and carrots, corn, sir. Peas, carrots, and corn. You said my daughters. We're going down. The ship's going down. Let me hold my pearls. I mean, I'm reading some of this shit in the background, like JPM is like acting like it's Oh, here we go. Ready? Hold on a second. I got stuff for you guys. Update. Recent reports suggest that the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad is preparing for an ordered evacuation, focusing on non-essential staff due to increase. So yesterday it wasn't forced, but this looks forced. Focusing on non-essential staff due to increased security threats in the region. This decision appears to be tied to broader tensions, especially involving Iran, amid stalled nuclear negotiations and threats of military action. The embassy is already operating with reduced personnel, and the Pentagon is on standby to assist, indicating a serious and imminent response. As of 2:15 p.m. Eastern, the evacuation is in the preparation phase with no confirmation of completion, but it is actively underway for non-essential personnel. Think tighter, guys. This is the wire source here. I got to be the only person out there that's like, I feel like I'm the only person out there that takes the actual advice to buy the World War III dip.
1 minute remaining till we get the markets on close imbalance.
Do I think that he's trying to play Taka with the Iran war trade? I read somewhere yesterday that Iran doesn't believe that Israel is serious, that they're going to do taco time. I think Israel is serious. It was really bizarre. I was reading something last night where
it's me again. It's Donald J. Frickin' Trump.
I was reading somewhere last night where one guy was like saying that we'll fire hundreds of missiles if you take out our nuclear development. I was like, that's the same deal as they had before. It's like they had the same deal they had before was we're going to exchange missiles. And I'm like, this is a better deal. We get to take out your nuclear research facility and you fire hundreds of missiles at Israel. I was like, that's bizarre. Remember, we're coming into 50 or 350 right now. We usually get some wild ass moves right about now into 4 p.m. I thought that was bizarre last night. I was reading that. I was like, okay, so you get to take out your nuclear and you get to send like hundreds of missiles at Israel. I'd take that deal all day long. It's like 8 minutes left to the bell. Lots of mechanical flows right now. Ram it up their ass into the bell. This is the second day of me trying to catch a ram up the bell's butt. Yesterday I got out, I was down 2 pennies at the bell. I could have gotten out flat, but I did lose 2 pennies. I'm long here too. Trying to capture a squeeze up. But I was reading the JPM, the JPM doom. I'm like, this is all normal, dude. Like JPM with their fucking doom earlier. I'm like, let me just see if I can find that. The JPM was like, JPM had me scratching my head. It's like, what the fuck are you saying here? Like, who is this like directed towards? Let me read some more stuff to you here. U.S. officials are concerned that Iran's response to Israel would be a mass casualty event, according to Axios. White House envoy Steve Witkoff privately warned top Senate Republicans last week that Iran could unleash a mass casualty response if Israel bombs their nuke facilities. Like this, but this one I found weird. This one is weird as fuck. It's like JPM. No, that's like JPM's super bearish here, but I think it has more to do with the roll. Let me post this for you in the Discord. We'll call this the Ain't Nobody Got Time for That segment. Got JPM on a tear here. I'm not doing the mass casualty on the tape. Trump advisors see MP materials as recipients of funding. U.S. eyes plan to use U.S. Defense Production Act for rare earths. There's a little mini brief right there from JPM. Dude, what are you doing? Print my shit. Print my fucking shit here. I'm serious, like, give me my fucking money. Higher. More, please. Squeeze them all out. Squeeze their fucking doom bullshit out. Squeeze all that hedging bullshit. Fucking doomers. Okay. Squeeze every asshole out into the close, please. Nope, you're not going to do it, are you? You see all that bad flow right to that big-ass red ball? I'm not going to do it. They just took us back to the fucking top. Lame. The lame dealers. The loser. The loser price action on the S&P 500. You know, if I ran the dealers and the funds, we'd be up right now. It'd be huge. Everybody be making money. I just printed for everybody. I'd tell you when to be long and when to be short. Print my shit. That's not, dude, what is that? A green line for fucking ants? PT1, yay. Oh, we've got, what do you call it? We got earnings today, Adobe, don't we? I fucking totally forgot about Adobe.
2025 earnings. Their estimated EPS is $4.97, and their estimated revenue is 5 spots.
God damn it, I didn't even chart it out. I'm fucking half-stepping today. I apologize. Fucking ate up motherfucker. Because I was doing all that stupid fucking writing last night. Tick, 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 tick. With my Peter Griffin hands. Tick, 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 tick. Don't want to mess up my nails. Make the stock market, make closes great again. I gotta get the voice back. The Trump voice. Loser. Make the closes good again. Close. I bring back arbitrage. We dump every open on schedule. You could sign up for me on Truth Social. Only Truth Social accounts would have the insider deal. Make the stock market great again. I mean, even if you don't like Trump, you can't. I mean, the guy is fucking fully memeified, right? I'm here still because I'm waiting for 4:15 to catch print or sell these stupid fucking calls. The best trades ever. Only the best trades. The Trump Signal Service. Dial 1-900-GOLD. Every morning I'll give you the heads up when I'm actually going to pump or dump the market. I'll be texting you live from my golden toilet. As you all know, I had to redo the bathrooms once Sleepy Joe Biden. It is Toto water spraying, non-American. By the way, the great American toilet paper companies, long those. We're doing the best trade deal with American toilet paper and American toilet bowls. Finally finding my Trump voice, too. So bad.
Oracle shares closed at a record following a 13% advance today.
Fuck me, man. 8 cents? Come on, duders. What time is what time is Adobe earnings? I just need a quick pump into the end here.
Shortly expecting Adobe to print their Q2 2025 earnings.
Let's get it.
Their estimated earnings per share is $4.97, and their revenue estimate is $5.79 billion.
Dude, Adobe charges a cancellation fee if you cancel they actually charge you if you cancel early. Yo, you don't like it? Fucking charge. They should fucking kill their earnings. Like, you want to talk about a company that fucking, like, one of the most corporate or profit-driven companies out there? Woo! Adobe. We only sell we sell. I found a company in Illinois or in Indiana. They're making golden toilet paper.
Seeing earnings from Adobe.
I passed a law to protect them in case the gold causes cancer.
Revenue.
That's the Boston Trump accent.
$7 billion on estimates of $5.8 billion. Forward guidance, they see their Q3 revenue $5.88 to $5.93 billion. The prior estimate was $5.88 billion. They see Q3 digital media revenue at $4.37 billion to $4.4 billion, which is within the prior estimate of $4.34 billion.
Yeah, Adobe's cranking right now. It should moon. It literally should fucking moon. It's like a beautiful setup, man. Look at this gorgeous setup. Adobe is beautiful right now. It should fucking crank. It's got a fucking bolt. It's got a daily trigger bull cluster underneath it. It's got like a 6 trigger bull cluster on it. The fact that they charge you for discontinuing services, fascinating.
You see their Q3 adjusted EPS at $5.15 to $5.20, which is higher than the prior estimate of $5.11.
Beat. Adobe with a high of $446.26. Price target on Adobe $467.55. $482.80.
$5 billion to $23.6 billion. Previously saw $23.3 to $23.55 billion. Shares gaining as much as 4% in post-market as their Q3 revenue outlook tops estimates.
SPY having nothing to do with it. Any back test on Adobe by 383.17. Yeah, they're telling me to fuck off with my calls. I might have a big loser today. They offered me 10 at one point. 50% loser. Now I'm even more. I'm getting an alert on Dixie here. That's not good. Just a note to you that Dixie is testing the lows right now. It could be perceived as good, but let me just check this really quick. Oh, nice. That's good to see. I read about this the other day. So the Dix going down is inverse again. So Dixie losing some value right now, which is actually good. We're
from ICI, money market fund assets fell by $9.34 billion to a total of $7.01 trillion in the week ended June 11th.
As of May 12th. Spend, 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 baby. Spend, spend, spend. Print more money.
According to the Nikkei, Tesla are to take Japan virtual power plant business nationwide. So Tesla will expand business in collaboration with Fuyo General Leasing Global Engineering, according to Nikkei.
Only got 4 minutes left. Adobe Q2 2025 earnings.
Donald J. Trump. Yeah, it's really.
Revs 5.87 billion, estimated 5.8. And it's not, I guess it's kind of good. Adjusted, it's another fucking 700 million. Adjusted EPS 506, estimated was 4.98. sees Q3 third quarter revs 5.88 billion to 5.93 billion. The estimate was 5.88, so that's in line. That's good to see. So that's saying that tech services should be up for third quarter. That means that's good. Are they calling your calls on you right now? Calling you away from your shit? I have had that happen with me on Tasty once did that, or they assigned me once. No, they didn't assign me. They didn't pay me. They like mixed my calls in or something. My puts or calls. This wasn't on a leg or anything. They I had like calls in the money at a close. Not in the money, like they were in the money, or they were like, I was up. They weren't in the money, but I like bought them, let's say, for like 10 cents. And they closed at like 27 cents or something like that. They fucking sent them to zero. They bundled them in after 4:15 with like between 4:15 and 6. So they bundle the shitty or the assignments after the close of options market. And I had to like call them and be like, what the fuck? Don't worry too much on Adobe. It'll go back up again. They're like they're a slight beat. They're not as beady as they were. Their guide for Q3 is in line, slightly higher. That's actually good. There's a lot of questions about Q3 being weak, but I think Q3 services tech will be good from what they're saying here. Sam Altman coming out and saying, I think we've already passed the point at which AI surpasses human intelligence. All right, fuck it, I'm out. I got stopped out. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning. I won't be up late tonight. I don't have a ton of work to do. I am expecting some weakness into tomorrow's open. And then hopefully we can have a touchstone of 9:30, 10 o'clock for Michigan consumer sentiment. Do note that we're entering the phase where we are entering a window of upside into OPEX, and we're in a tractor beam higher, believe it or not. There are a few inflection points along the way. If you look at the brief last night, it'll show you what needs to hold for that upside summer trade to continue, as long as the market is supported in this time frame. We should begin to head higher into OPEX and into expiration. You can never predict when the unclench will come. The unclench can come before or after those two events. In this case, we do have expiration first, then OPEX instead of in reverse. Sometimes the unclench is held off until expiration in particular, depending upon the order that it is in with OPEX. And note, we begin to head into mechanical flows as we head into the quad witching, depending upon, it's not quad anymore, but you get it. Hey, what's up, Slayer? Thanks for joining us, man. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll have a mini brief maybe out for you tonight for expectations tomorrow. We're getting like pushed around in the market right now. And we did correct today, but it was a flat correction. It's likely tied to some kind of doom with Israel and some overnight doom that you'll encounter. I won't do a live stream tonight unless something gets haywire, something outside of the range of expectations with Israel and Iran. I'll see you all tomorrow.